Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
Right here and right now. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. What a great show today.
Of course.
You know, we always have interesting things to talk about.
Because it's us.
That's right. And today we're going to talk about why handsome men make bad husbands.
Ooh. Okay.
But do you know what day it is today?
I do.
It is.
It would have been, come on, say it. I know you love him.
Frank Sinatra's
100th birthday.
He would have been 100.
Now, if everybody remembers, last week was our 100th show. And today, a week later, Frank Sinatra would have been 100.
100.
And obviously, Anthony loves the word 100.
100.
That's so funny.
Tell us a little bit about Frank.
Oh, good old Blue Eyes?
Yes.
Who didn't love Frank Sinatra and his music? Because, he did it my way.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Happy birthday, Frank.
So getting back to the ladies.
Mm-hmm. Why do I have to get back to the ladies?
Oh, no. Dr. Love is getting back to the ladies.
Oh, Dr. Love.
Yes, Dr. Love is here on our show again, and he's going to tell us about how a woman is more likely to want to commit adultery during ovulation than any other time in her cycle.
Really? Because that's what it's about.
That is what it's about.
Okay. I guess it depends on the woman.
It does. It absolutely does.
Yes.
And also, telling a convincing lie to someone is much more difficult when you find them sexually attractive.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You really? That's an interesting one. Oh, that's really interesting.
Well, your brain is not working. You're looking, you're attracted.
I find that to be amazing because I know, oh my gosh. Okay.
That's why
I'm not even going to, I can't. I just can't.
That's why the ladies don't lie to me. They tell me the truth. They tell me their innermost, deepest desires and feelings.
Yes, Dr. Love, I can understand the women not lying to you. But some of your other personalities, well, that's a different story.
Well, I'm going to tell you one more thing. Dr. Love
Do share.
Loves chocolate.
Chocolate? Oh, I love chocolate.
I know you do. Chocolate contains phenylphenoalanine.
This poor man and his pronunciation.
Phenylphenoalanine.
That is fantastic. But chocolate is fantastic anyway.
Yes,
high in antioxidants. Really, really good for you. Unfortunately for me, I've had to find chocolate that is soy-free, which has been quite difficult.
Not so good.
Oh, no, it's delicious when I finally found it.
Well, I'm glad you did. Now, was it the soy or the oy?
Oh, no. Yeah, there was no oy in chocolate. It was the soy. As you know, I mean, after the whole cancer thing, I'm not able to ingest soy.
That's right. Bring us down. Bring us down. With
I'm not bringing us down. The cancer thing is a very real thing. Stop that, you. So I'm not able to have soy, and soy is practically in every delicious chocolate there is. But I did. I tell you, I did find some chocolate that I can have.
Wonderful, because that chocolate contains phenylphenoalanine.
Yeah,
so
which we all need.
The phenylphenoalanine. The phenylphenoalanine.
Ay.
And
now it's the oi.
Well, that phenylphenoalanine is the same feel-good chemical responsible for the ecstatic high that people experience through the sexual attraction with love.
Okay. And there you have it. Straight from the lips of Dr. Love.
That's right. Now, Dr. Love is going to tell you.
Oh, I think Dr. Love just got called away. Anthony, can you step in for him?
But wait a minute. Dr. Love has something to say.
No.
So you would rather listen to that
Yeah.
that little...
Yeah, Dr. Love, I think I'm getting a little too much love right now.
All right, Anthony, you take it away. And
Thank
you tell
you.
them your ideas on how to get what you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, AV, take it away. All righty, thank you, Dr. Love. Elise, have you ever noticed how some people are more persuasive than others
I've
getting what
noticed
they
that.
want?
I have.
noticed that with you.
Really? I was just about to
Yes.
say I've noticed that with you.
You always seem to get what you want, even if your need is not necessarily greater.
That is absolutely not true.
I'll bet it is.
No, it isn't. And you know what? I may get what I want.
Always.
Not always, sometimes, but I always get what I need. But aside from that, I give so much that, you know, it's a circular thing. What goes around comes around. But you always get what you want also.
Well, the secret may be in the words that I use.
In the words?
The words that I use, yes.
Like what?
Yes. Well, there are magical words. Your mom taught you this, please and thank you,
Of course.
and because.
Because why?
Well, research dating back to like the 1970s has proven that people can exert a far greater influence over others simply by using certain words.
What are these words?
Okay, the words don't talk with your mouth full.
Which
Please.
was what I'm doing.
This was a 1977 study led by Ellen Langer. She was the professor of psychology over at Harvard University. And a team of researchers went into the Harvard Library and attempted to cut in line ahead of people waiting to use the photocopiers.
Oh.
Now,
Oh, not so nice.
well, this was research. This was a study.
Okay.
Now, the researchers persuaded many of the people to let them cut in front of them simply by using the word because.
Oh,
Okay?
that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yes. Researchers used one of the three following questions in order to get permission to cut in line.
Okay, so tell us.
Okay, version 1 was, excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the Xerox machine?
Okay, and version 2?
Version 2 was, excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the Xerox machine because I'm in a rush?
Okay, and I'm really curious about version 3.
All right, version 3, excuse me, I have 5 pages. May I use the Xerox machine because I have to make copies?
Oh, because the other people standing online, they don't have to make copies for the Xerox machine. I'm
Well-
just curious about that one.
Well, all right. Even though that last version didn't really make any sense, since everyone in line was waiting to make copies,
Exactly.
it was still surprisingly effective.
Wow.
Yeah, the findings show that 60% of the people were 60% were persuaded by version 1, 94% were persuaded by version 2
Because the person was in a rush.
because they were in a rush.
Right.
And believe it or not, version 3 swayed about 93%
And
of
the
the
reason I think that 93% were swayed by version 3 is because they were probably looking at the other person like they were crazy.
people. Very good,
But
very well.
regardless, because I know that I would have probably also let the person in and been like, okay, just because it's the stupidest thing you're saying, because I'm waiting for the exact same thing. But I would have been like, wow, you know, would you, and you would have let them in also.
Yeah, I would have.
But what if you were in a rush?
Well, I would have probably been, part of that 7 or 8% that did not
That
let
said,
them.
yeah, because, if you're in a rush and you're on a deadline, you also need to make sure that you get your
I'm in a
copies
rush
made too.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. The research and findings, this is called the Copy Machine Study, they were eventually published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology.
Wow.
And it became famous for revealing how one word could have such a powerful effect on others.
Well, I agree with that. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm glad that was published because that's an incredible study.
Yeah,
I love that.
Justifying our behavior makes a big difference.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
And the word because made a big difference because it gave people a justification for an action.
You know, that's like with any action. If you justify it, it really makes sense. I know for a fact, when I was dealing with somebody years ago, actually, who I don't know why, she just had a problem with lying. And she started to justify it. And I actually let it go because she was justifying and she was telling me the reason. And it was really so honest that I let it go and understood that that's just the way she is and just be careful. But justification is really important.
Yes, it is. And by providing a reason for the action, like allowing the researcher to cut in line.
Wow, you're more likely to allow it.
That's
okay.
right. And
that's just like my friend.
Even if it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Because why lie? Or why need to? Yeah, exactly. Like the third version.
Right.
Yeah, cutting in line because you're doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. But yeah, I just need to do it because this is what I need to do.
And you just say, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Now, this is a principle of human behavior. And it says that when we ask someone to do us a favor, we'll be more likely to be successful if we provide a reason.
Always.
Yeah.
I agree.
People simply like to have a reason for what
I give a reason for everything.
That's right. Even though they don't make sense to me.
They make perfect sense to you.
Yes.
I make perfect sense to you. Come on.
Because it's you.
Exactly.
Now, justification is more effective for small favors. And in this copy machine study where the researchers asked to cut in line to copy 5 pages.
Well, that was a small favor.
Right.
And it only takes a couple of minutes.
That's right. And they were given permission. However, when the study was repeated, this time asking to copy 20 pages instead of 5, researchers were only given permission to cut in line when they said, because I'm in a rush.
Okay.
So,
well, 20 pages does take a little bit longer.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, 4 times as much. Yeah.
Well, and actually not now. This study was done in 1977. The copy machines were so much slower then.
Also, copies are not the same anymore because people just get an email and you can just print it. Everything's attached, and yeah, it's not the same as it was years ago. Copies were more important then.
Okay. Not so much
now everybody can kind of just look at their phone or their pad or whatever it is they're using or their computer, anything, and they don't even have to go to meetings anymore. Things aren't passed out anymore. It's not like that anymore. So this study, although it's a good study to understand the nature of a person, it's not necessarily something that would necessarily ever happen again because we don't need to do this.
That's right, especially with the phones. Although I think I really need to update my phone. I still have the dial. So, I think I got to get a push button or something.
Oh, you are so funny.
Well,
and there he goes, lying. See, it's pathological. He can't even help himself.
So it stands to reason that if you're making a small request, the use of because followed by a general or even vague justification, it may be effective enough to get what you want. However, if you want to make a large request, it will likely require a bit more finesse to justify
I think
why someone should comply with your wishes.
If you're asking for something more than cutting in line, I think you need to have something a little bit more than because.
That's right. Would you tie my shoe? Would you?
Of course.
Wipe the sweat from my brow?
Sure.
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about that lovely young lady that worked with us several years ago. She was such a doll, and I would ask her for the silliest requests.
And she did it.
And she did it.
Because she worked for you and because you were paying her?
No, she was just a doll. I would ask her to show me all the pencils to make sure that they were sharp.
Yeah, and she did.
Yeah.
She did.
Yes.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is that I would do it too, just because you're sweet. And because of the way you ask for something, it's nice and you're kind.
Oh.
So I think anybody would probably do those things.
But am I handsome?
Of course.
Oh boy, so that means I'd make a pretty bad husband then, huh?
Yeah. I think you would.
Oh, why handsome men make bad husbands? Why is it better for a couple if the woman is physically more attractive than the man?
just 'cause it is. But tell us why, according to your study. I'm curious.
All right. Well, men on average make bad husbands.
And no, why is that?
Well, men can maximize their reproductive success by pursuing one of two different strategies. Now, this goes back to caveman. It really does.
I love the caveman.
So, one strategy is to seek a long-term mate, stay with her, invest in her, and their joint offspring, which is called the dad strategy, or they could seek a large number of short-term mates without investing in any of the resulting offspring, which is called the CAD strategy.
Oh. They have a name for it?
Well, I don't have it. This is this was a study that was done.
Wow!
in,
So that would So that makes sense then for the 6 illegitimate children syndrome.
That's right.
Got it.
Okay, so all men may want to pursue the CAD strategy. However, their choice of the mating strategy is constrained by female choice. The women make all the decisions.
I know some
do
men.
not.
I know some men that don't want that strategy. There are some men out there that are very, very happy to be with one woman always. I know those
Yeah.
men.
That's me, right, Al?
I think so.
Yeah.
You cad. Remember that? What is that? There was this cartoon from years ago. It's like this funny little scientist, and the big guy next to him was Cad. Do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know this?
Well, you're a couple years older than me, so
yeah, I'm
don't
older.
know. I don't remember. I remember Dr. Peabody.
Okay, I'm going to look it up while you finish your study.
All right, now, men really don't get to decide with whom they're going to have sex with. The women decide. They choose. And women, they do. I can't go out and say, oh, I'm going to have sex with you today. It's the women that say, oh, Anthony, come here, boy. And what if I don't answer? Then they say, baby, whoa, whoa, my sweet baby.
This happens all the time.
Well, as I was saying, men do not get to decide with who they're having sex with. The women decide. And women disproportionately seek out handsome men for their short-term mates, for their good genes. So that... I just realized this is why I'm so abused by women.
I can't find this cartoon. I can't find
They
Cad.
just want me for my genes.
Oh, yeah, because you wear the best jeans ever. Uh-huh. I love them.
Well,
Personally, remember I told you to wear the bootleg ones?
yes, you did.
Yes.
Yes,
they
you
look
did.
really mighty fine on you.
Well, I guess I'm not wearing the bell bottoms anymore. The flared.
You haven't been wearing bell bottoms for years.
Okay.
No, but you look good in bootleg.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, even women who are already married benefit from short-term mating with handsome men. And this
Oh my
happened-
God, you're all about cheating.
What? No, this is the study, and there have been hundreds
study.
of stories about women that have children, and in fact, this was a big story. One of the kids needed a kidney transplant, and the husband was ready, willing, and able to give that kidney. He wasn't a DNA match.
Oh, see, that's scary.
Yeah, and they found that I think she had 5 kids. 3 of them were not his.
She's something else now, isn't she there?
And there are hundreds of stories about how these women successfully fooled their husbands into investing in those resulting offspring.
Well, I'm
that
going to tell
weren't
you
theirs.
something. And see what happens when you lie. Eventually, it catches up with you, and unfortunately, at that kid's expense. Wow, what a sad story that is.
That's right. Well, you know what? All you need to do is watch Maury Povich.
Well, I don't really
And
believe in that show.
you will see every day, 5 days a week,
But look
the
at who-
DNA test.
But wait a second.
I
Look at
know
those
he's
people.
the husband. I writ down
no.
every time we had sex.
Okay.
What? You writ down every time we have sex?
Okay,
Yeah, I
look-
writ down.
Okay.
Maury
Let's
Povich.
Let's calm down here. That's not.
I'm calm.
That's.
I don't have sex
That's not typical.
with them other men.
I hope not. But that's not typical. That's not typical life. And if that
It is on Maury Povich.
on Maury Povich, but do you watch that?
I can't help myself.
Oh, I don't. I can't. Ew.
Usually I'm watching the news, but when I flip through and Maury is on, I can't.
No.
I gotta see who the baby daddy was.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have time for that. Mm-mm.
Well, it seems as though the women get the best of both worlds. Their children carry on the high quality genes by their handsome lovers, and they receive the parental investment of their unknowingly but resourceful daddy.
I disagree. I don't think this is as much as you're saying.
Okay.
Not in my world, anyway.
Well, in order to help develop the women accomplish this phenomenon,
This is not a phenomenon.
it is.
No, it is not a phenomenon.
It was a big deal in psychology today.
I just can't believe this. This is crazy.
Well, you don't have to believe it because
That's insane.
I'm sure this is not the majority.
I'm hoping that it's not the majority.
It is not the majority.
Because really?
But for the minority of women to accomplish the evolution has designed women to be more likely to have sex with their lovers when they are ovulating and therefore more fertile. And they have sex with their husbands when they are not. We talk about this often.
I know.
I have that gigunda list of weird sex facts.
I know,
And-
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
But that's not the...
And this is now. Why would you send me the weird sex stuff?
Because we talk about it.
Oh, all right. You're not trying to say something here.
Oh, yeah, because I'm ovulating right now and I find you extremely attractive. Really? Really? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, because he thinks I want to have his baby. Because that's what I need in my life.
Wait a minute,
Okay.
Didn't I tell somebody that? once?
Yes, you did. And I don't even want to talk about it. Oh, my God. That was horrifying.
It was a funny story. We can't talk about that on the radio.
We can't. Of course not. Oh, my gosh.
Alrighty, so these dang women,
Oh,
they're
my
having sex
gosh.
with their lovers because they want to get pregnant with the good genes, but just having sex with their husband when,
Oh,
it's
my
like,
gosh. You really honestly think that their lovers have better genes than their husbands?
only the good looks gene. You see, the handsome men, now this is true whether you like it or not. The handsome men get a disproportionate number of opportunities for short-term mating, and therefore they're able to engage in the CAD strategy.
Okay, but I have to say this one thing. I understand exactly what you're saying, but this brings us right back to the connection. Because sometimes you can look at somebody and yes, they are hot, they are good looking. They open their mouth and it's like you're speaking to a stump. I mean, what is that? What is coming out of this person's mouth? I get it. They're good looking. But oh my gosh, nothing. There's nothing there. Their head is made of a brick.
Well, maybe so, but they got the looks. Ugly men don't have a choice.
You know,
They don't
I have to
a
tell
choice.
you,
It's like,
we were at an event and there was this woman that came walking in with a bodacious body like you cannot believe.
oh yeah.
Okay? I mean, boobs and butt and like, oh my God. Beautiful woman, really. I'm telling you, I thought Anthony was going to fall. So, you know, where she's at this bridal event and she's getting married to something, which that was another story. She was so dumb. I couldn't even believe it. It was a turn off to everybody who spoke to her. Yes, she was very pretty, yet pretty to look at. I'm sure underneath the makeup and whatever, everything, she was whatever. I cannot tell you how dumb. There were no words to describe, like a stump. There was nothing coming out of her mouth except for blah, 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 and it was dumb.
You know, there was a study done just a few months ago. We're going to talk about this next week. Men prefer a dumb woman over a smart woman.
I can't even imagine that.
You know what? We're going to research this week, and we'll talk about it next week.
Okay, because I can't imagine that. Dumb.
Writ down so we don't forget.
Oh my gosh, I will definitely write this down, but I have to just say this. I don't agree with you there.
Oh, this was a study. And even high-powered men. Now,
You do not want to have a conversation?
I'm not talking about brick, dumb. I'm talking
because we're talking brick.
And I'm talking about men who...
She was getting the looks, and as soon as she opened her mouth, people were turning away because it was unbelievable. How do you speak that way? How do you look like you're looking and then just, oh my gosh?
Because she never had to do anything based on her brains or her personality.
You know what? Beauty is only skin deep.
Everything by her looks.
Beauty
Things were
is
handed to her
only
and
skin
given to
deep,
her.
and she is going to have a very rough life if she doesn't pick up a book. It's true.
Alrighty.
It's true. It's nice if you have everything. Like, you know, there are some women who have absolutely everything, like Cindy Crawford. Mm-hmm. She's beautiful and bright. But, I mean, this girl, nothing.
Well.
And that's probably why she really isn't getting that far. Because there was nothing coming out of her mouth.
Okay.
You know, the beauty only goes so far.
So maybe she needs a guy that can provide for her. And she realizes that, you know, maybe the good-looking guy, which you would think they'd look like a...
And there you have it. And that's why the guy she was with was not that good-looking. But he was smart.
Yes, he was.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
Sperm.
Oh, yum.
What?
You don't remember? I don't know. We've been talking about sperm a lot lately.
Yes, we have.
Actually, one of our last shows, we were talking about
the cookbook.
You know, sperm as the new superfood. So, you know, it just seemed fitting when you said sperm. I said, oh, yum.
Yes,
it kind of worked.
I'm talking about a sperm bank.
Do you want to be a daddy?
No.
Then what do you need a sperm bank for?
Well, urologists are spending a lot of time talking about families and the future of their patients. Something called vasa differenta.
Vasa differenta. Mm-hmm. What a nice word that is.
Isn't it? It's vasectomy.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yes. And there's a bunch of guys that are getting divorced, and then they're remarrying, and they want to have their vasectomies reversed.
Is that successful, though, to have the reversal?
Oh, yeah. Most vasectomies are usually very successful in the reversal process.
Really?
Yeah, it's tying the tubes that you can't reverse, I believe.
Yeah, well, no, you can untie. You can do that.
Untie tubes?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's very successful, but I've heard of women doing that.
Isn't there a band called Slipknot?
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So
vasectomy reversals. Okay.
Yes, and what's happening is, if you do have a vasectomy, it is 90% that you can reverse it. But if you want to protect your fatherhood options, what you want to do is you want to seek out a facility which offers sperm banking, and it's a couple of $100 to submit a sample, and you just pay a yearly storage fee.
Oh, so you have storage for sperm?
Yes, kind of like a one of those boxes at the bank.
A vault. We'll call it the sperm vault.
The sperm vault. I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got dry and brittle? Squeeze a little protein pomade into that parched mane. Say hello to beautiful.
Want your beauty question answered on the air? Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah.
Women don't choose, ugly men. Ugly men don't have a choice. Because women don't choose them as short-term mates. Their only option for achieving any reproductive success is to find one long-term mate and invest heavily in their children.
I find that to be crazy.
That's the dad strategy.
I find that to be crazy, though. I mean, you want to be with somebody who's going to be kind to you and walk alongside you.
Yes.
Walk together, be together, enjoy doing a lot of the same things, seeing the same movies and laughing at the same moment, seeing a musical together and enjoying the music. It doesn't have to be anything more difficult than that. It blows my mind that there are so many different crazy scenarios. It doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to impress somebody that you want to be with.
We're talking about this. It reminded me of a real life client of ours. I'm going back many years. She was beautiful. She was beautiful. She was smart. She was talented. And she met a guy, and he was like Robert Redford in his early. The guy was just as beautiful as her. And they got married, and they were married for about 3 years. And she wanted to have children. And he said, I'm not ready for children. We just got married. Let's enjoy each other. So a year went by, and they did and went places and did things, and were having a wonderful life.
They never had kids together, did they?
The second year, she said, well, let's start our family. And he said, I'm not quite ready yet.
Wow.
Let's get a little bit of money in the bank. Let's get a home. Let's do this. Let's do that. And they did. And the third year, she said, I want to have children. And he said, I don't know if I'm ready yet. She said, you have 6 months to get ready. Otherwise, I'm leaving. 6 months. And he said, I understand. 6 months to the day went by. She was not pregnant. They didn't try. She left him. And I'm telling you, the guy was gorgeous. Even a guy looking at another guy, he was damn handsome. So she went on a dating site and didn't look at the pictures. She looked at the personalities, the desires, the wants, and the needs. And she found a guy who wanted children. And she wound up having 5 children. And she brought in a photograph of their family. And she was so happy. The guy she chose was short, fat, bald, and a perfect husband for her.
And there you have it.
He came up to her shoulder.
But you understand what I was saying before. It's the connection. It has nothing to do with what you look like. It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside. And that so matters. And that brings us right back to what we were talking about, what I was wondering so many years ago. How is that a possibility? And there you have it. It's because it's never, never, never about what you look like. It's about who you are.
Well, guys, especially you homely guys out there, go back and listen to our show about how homely women are more appreciative.
Oh, God, I hate this one. That is an awful one.
Well, it's true. Homely women are much more appreciative than the attractive ones.
I am very appreciative, and I don't find myself homely. And I'm very appreciative.
Well,
are you always telling me that I'm not ugly?
Well, you're always telling me I feel so ugly.
I never say that. I don't ever say I feel ugly. I've said to you, I feel bloated, I feel fat, I feel gross, but I've never said that I feel ugly.
That's true.
Yes, because ugly is not a feeling.
No, you're stuck with ugly.
Stop it.
It's like, yeah, she a nice girl, but they beat her with the ugly stick.
No. Ugly is a personality. It's not a person.
Oh, yeah.
Ugly is a personality. You can't change that. You can't change ugly.
No, not in your personality. Only if you want to. You can only change yourself.
If you want to. But ugly people, and when I say somebody who is ugly, it's because they have an ugly personality or they're mean. Well, they don't tend to think there's anything wrong with them.
If beauty generates from within, then so does ugly.
Absolutely.
All right. So, consistent with this logic, studies show that more attractive men have a larger number of extra pair sex partners. Now, sex partners other than their long-term mate.
See, that's rough.
No, it's true.
According to these studies, it is true.
According to the studies.
Yeah.
And interestingly, more attractive men have more short-term mates than long-term mates, whereas more attractive women have more long-term mates than short-term mates.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it?
That's right. Handsome men invest less in their exclusive relationships than homely men do. And the handsome men are less honest and less attentive to their partners.
Wow.
Data shows that the more physically attractive the husbands are, the less supportive they are with their wives in their interactions.
That's very interesting. I guess that brings you right down to they've always gotten what they want because of their looks. Same as that girl.
There you go. There you go.
Very interesting.
Good and bad. You know, why handsome men make bad husbands are value judgments that scientists did not make.
You know what's very interesting, though? It depends on the man, because you can be a very handsome man and still be a very good man. And that's because you don't consider your looks as your most important feature. And you know that there's more to it than that. Because I know some very, very handsome men that are very, very attentive men. That are very good men.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't... okay. Go on.
Huh. Well, this is strictly science over here.
I understand what you're saying.
The scientists don't make good, bad decisions. That those are value judgments. But the data demonstrates clearly that handsome men have had more extramarital affairs and are not as committed to their marriages, in which many wives consider undesirable. So, in this sense,
how do you like that?
Handsome men make better lovers than their husband.
Okay. Do you hear what you just said? Handsome men make better lovers than their husband.
Did I say that?
You did.
Alrighty. Okay, what I meant was that handsome men make better lovers than they do husbands.
And there you have it.
If you're joining us just now, your favorite salon is now your favorite radio show.
Because we make you healthier, wealthier, and sexier every time you listen.
Tune in to us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise, and we are Trend Radio.
And women who have given birth have darker labia than women who haven't.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Alrighty. So, speaking of sharing, do you know that minus 321 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature at which sperm banks store donor sperm?
Really?
And yeah, at this temperature, semen can be stored indefinitely.
That's amazing. See, now that's an important fact.
It is. The majority of women experience peak libido, just before their period.
Yeah?
Yeah, and that's going to bring us to our next discussion about low libido.
Ooh,
and
got
why.
low libido?
But you have a story about you wanted to talk about?
Not right now, I don't.
No?
I want to hear about the low libido, and then we'll go into
All right,
that.
you don't
We'll
care
go-
about the dark labia, right?
No, I'm
Okay,
done with that.
and you don't care about my my Polish girlfriend.
No, actually, I don't.
Alrighty. So, low libido. Okay. I think most of us might be a little bit reluctant or embarrassed, to talk about it. But, sex is really one of the most important things for our health.
Okay. And that
Okay.
is the truth.
It is the truth. Robust scientific evidence shows that we can have better mental, physical, and social health from regular, satisfying sexual encounters.
Okay.
So,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
According to your study, then I guess you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a fulfilling sex life would make us glow with inner vitality. Anyway. Yeah, and it helps us connect.
Yes, it does. We definitely connect.
And it's all about the connection. I always say it's all about the connection.
Yes. And it could be, emotional, psychological, spiritual.
Physical.
It's a connection. Well, I think that sexual desire is not something to be ashamed of, but rather something to be celebrated.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
I've heard for years, "Oh, Anthony, you are so horny." It's awful.
Really?
And I'm talking about the vernacular Anthony. There's a lot of Tonys.
I hope that you are.
I'm not talking about me.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know sometimes.
And it's actually one of the most natural human acts. And it's the very reason that each and every one of us is here right on this planet.
Well, no, that is absolutely the truth.
It
I
is.
agree. Yeah, no, that's the truth. I know.
Yeah, and unfortunately, many people are not meeting their sexual quotas, and I think I've met many of those gals over the years. Really,
Oh, gosh.
they simply have lack of desire.
Well, I think it's more than that. I think it's just I don't necessarily think it's always about the desire. I think sometimes women are insecure. They don't, feel sexual because they don't feel they look sexual. And, they see, other women, other people looking, in their opinion, more beautiful than they are. And they're not comfortable with themselves. And I think that has a lot to do with it.
They don't listen to our show. That has nothing to do with it.
I think that's what they think.
Well, of course, that's what they think.
Of course it has nothing to do with it. You and I both know it has nothing to do with it.
If more people listen to our show, and we have thousands and thousands of listeners.
Yes, if they listen. So tell your
They
friends
would be-
to tune into us because they will be a much happier, healthier, sexier person.
Yes, they will. Now, this lack of sexual desire is a phenomenon called chicken and egg effect.
The chicken and the egg effect. Oh, which came
That's
first,
right.
the chicken or the egg?
That's right. Now, health imbalances cause low libido, and low libido in turn causes impaired health in other ways.
Really?
So what is it? If you had a higher libido, would you be healthier? If you were healthier, would you have a higher libido? Nobody knows.
I'll tell you what. Stay away from the chicken and the egg and eat an avocado. Okay? You'll feel better. Seriously.
And pour a little olive oil. The good
olive oil.
good olive
Yeah,
oil.
from our friends over at Blue Moon.
That's right. Now,
Yeah. We have to go there again, okay? I need olive oil.
Okay, we'll definitely do that. Yeah, I need some too. I've been putting his olive oil on everything.
Oh, me too.
It's
so
amazing.
Good.
Yeah, and once you have
you
it, you
just
don't want
drink
anything
it. Oh,
else.
I won't have any other olive oil.
No.
I only can use theirs, which is why we need to go.
Okay.
He's
All right, we'll
nodding.
go.
He's nodding. Yeah.
Okay. Now, listeners, Elise and I, we've taken the time to break down some of the main reasons why you might have the sexual blahs.
Okay.
And
the sexual blahs. I like that.
And Elise and I want to help you. We want to help you get back in that saddle.
The saddle.
Yes, for a delicious and gratifying sex life.
Okay.
All right.
I agree with that.
Now, there are countless things that, mess up good sex, which includes
Like what?
Poor sleep, stress.
Well, I say all the time, sleep. You need to sleep. I don't get enough sleep, but you need to sleep. Absolutely. And you know what else? Drink plenty of water and keep your body hydrated so that you feel well.
That's right.
Hydration is very important. I always say that.
You always say that. And,
Yeah.
Here, take a drink right now.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, testosterone is the main driver behind sexual desires in both men and women.
Yes.
A lot of people didn't know that.
Low testosterone cannot be very good for you.
That's right. And there are a number of prescription drugs that cause, hormone and the neurotransmitter changes, and they've been linked to low libido.
Okay. There's a lot of information here, and that's the thing. It's very uncomfortable sometimes to have this discussion. So if you need some information and you're uncomfortable about it and you don't want to discuss it with anybody, email us at trendradio920@gmail.com. I will be happy to send you any information that you need and a list of different doctors that may be able to help you, or holistic improvements as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe you could recommend Dr. Love to help them out. Lisa.
I don't know if Dr. Love is going to be able to help them, but I do know some doctors that can.
He always
and
says
if you don't,
he has the medicine you need.
But yes, I know. But you don't necessarily always need medicine. Sometimes it can be a quick fix. Diet, exercise, a little more sleep. But understanding the different levels of this can really be helpful. And again, you're not comfortable always discussing it with people. And that's why I'll be happy to take care of this for you and send you whatever information you need.
Yeah, she's good that way. Now, antidepressants like Prozac and Zoloft, these drugs can cause sexual dysfunction, and they affect up to 80% of the people who use them. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, they are. And another one, and I just have to get in there, different ones like Xanax and Ativan, different things like that. They slow you down so much.
Yep.
They slow everything down. Not just you, but your libido as well.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And,
Yeah, I know.
birth control pills.
But it's important also to understand that if you need those medications, and there's a reason for that, there are other things that you can do to go around that. And that would be your food intake, what you eat, what you drink. Very, very important. Like if you're taking Xanax, you should not be, drinking scotch. There are different things.
But scotch is so good.
Yeah, scotch is delicious, but the only thing is that you don't want to really mix the two.
That's right.
That would change your libido.
And as I was saying, the birth control pills also contribute to low libido in 15% of women.
Yes, but we certainly don't want women getting pregnant all over the place and not wanting the babies.
That's right.
That results in, unfortunately, higher rates of abortion and abuse and, giving, what about the dumpster babies? I mean, we don't need this kind of stuff.
We don't talk
ladies,
about that kind of stuff on our show.
Exactly. We're not a political show. So stay on your birth control if that's what you want.
Well, the birth control pills also increases a level of a
still on
substance called sex hormone binding globulin.
Globulin.
Globulin. Yes.
Globulin.
It's sex hormone binding.
SHBG.
That's the one.
Yeah, you can
that's what
put
they
that
call
right
it.
into your thing, and you can find that out.
Into your thing? What thing are you
Yeah,
gonna-
I'm sorry, your Safari. Or Google it. Google.
That's right.
Google it.
Now, what
Right
that,
into your thing.
what that does is it reduces sex hormones, and even after getting off of the pill, it's still working even after you're off. So guys, get your gals off the pill and start wrapping it up. You know, you'll have a happier gal. You have a
Wrap it
happier
up.
gal. You have a happier you.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're going to have a happier you, because I heard sometimes the wrapping paper is not so great. Just saying.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Bald is beautiful. And I know that for sure.
Okay.
Because I have the potato to prove it.
Oh. All right. I have to tell the potato story.
You sure you want to tell the potato story?
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with sex hormones.
Yeah. Then why would you bring it up?
I just did. I don't know.
All right. We
Maybe
won't
you
tell.
were meant. No, you were meant. We were meant to
We
talk about it.
won't
Yeah.
tell the potato story.
Tell the potato story.
So I have a potato in my car, and you know, I have it in the driver's side, like little area there that you
the
can.
compartment.
Yeah.
on
Okay.
the door.
The compartment, and somebody was looking in my car, and they're like, "Why do you have a potato in your car?" Well, it was just the sweetest thing. We were at an event. Anthony and I were at an event with our team, our bridal team, and at these events, they have food and they have all kinds of different things. And Anthony comes walking over and he hands me a potato. And I just looked at him and I'm kind of like, huh? And the head of the event comes over and she's like, why are you giving her a potato? And it was just so sweet. He goes, I just saw a big pile of clean potatoes and they were cute. And they kind of reminded me of her head, because, going through breast cancer, I was bald for a while. And he said my head looked like the potato.
Bald is beautiful.
And I have the potato to prove it.
And you call me potato head all the time, but I don't think it means the same thing.
No.
Well, anyway, the hair loss drugs, Propecia, for instance, it's a prostate medication, Proscar, and what it does is it causes lower testosterone production and thus low libido.
Yep.
So don't take the Propecia. And remember, bald is beautiful.
And you know what? If you have like an allergy attack or, you're taking Benadryl or any kind of antihistamine or anything like that, that can also cause low libido. But that is temporary because antihistamines do come out of your system within 4 to 12 hours. So that's not as bad. But that can help if you're having a reaction or a rash or, you can't breathe because you got stung by a bee, and that happens to me.
Yes, it does. And, interesting, you mentioned being stung by a bee. The antihistamines.
I just said that.
That's right. And medical marijuana.
Okay, I didn't say that.
Okay, is known to lower sexual performance in men, but we use them anyway.
Yeah.
But the loss of libido is temporary.
But what's not temporary is the gift of giving. And I just love this. And I have the most adorable story. So the other night, I decided that, Brian and I were going to go out for dinner. And he's been dying to get me to go to this little restaurant that's local that, I don't know, for the past year, it was taken over the years by so many different people and it just wasn't successful. It's a restaurant that I grew up going to for years. Scotto's. It's right in Twin Rivers. And I just grew up there. Well, over the years, it was sold a couple of different times and it wasn't successful. And he's saying to me, oh, we have to go there. And other people are telling me that it's really, really good. So we end up going in and they changed everything. It's a nice setting. Everything looked delicious. And we were trying to decide if we're going to stay on the pizza side or go on the dinner side. So we finally end up going into the dinner side. We walk in and I see a number of our clients in there and they're like, hello, Elise. It's so nice to see you. La, la, la. Anyway, the little hostess that was greeting us, she looks at me and she smiles this big, adorable smile. And she says, were you in CVS the other day buying makeup? And I looked at her and I go, yeah, I was. I was with my daughter. And she says, I remember you because of your boots. I love your boots. I just love them. And I was telling my mom about them, and I just have to get them. I love Doc Martens, and I love that yours are high. And she was so adorable. And she just kept saying how much she loved my boots. And, out of my mouth comes, I have to give you a gel manicure. I have to. So I write down, I grab a card out of my bag, and I give her a gel manicure. And I said, do you drive? And she looked so young. I didn't think she actually drove. She's like, no, my sister's going to take me. I'm like, oh, I'm going to give her a gel manicure too. And then I meet her sister, and they're just so adorable. The little girl I'm talking to is Erica, and her sister is Bianca. And they're so adorable that before you know it, they have 2 gel manicures and a gift certificate for cut and styles and conditioning treatments. And they're so adorable, and they're going to come in. And then I meet the mom. Her name is Connie. Unbelievable. She ended up sitting down with us during dinner, and I was watching everything.
By the way, this is very typical for Elise. Wherever she goes, she makes friends, and she goes out to dinner. The owners of wherever she's at is sitting down, and they're best of friends in 20 minutes.
Anyway, we're talking. The girls have their gift certificates, naturally.
You gave Mom one too.
Yeah, I'm
Of
giving
course you
everybody
did. Yes,
gift
of course you
certificates,
did.
But the thing is, and this is really what's not so typical. Typically, I go and that's just what I do. Well, they would not let us pay for our dinner. They would not. And I was freaking out because that's not why I give a gift certificate. You know this. They would not let us pay for dinner. They were sending over appetizer after appetizer, the most delicious food. Everything was incredible. They took into consideration that my husband's gluten-free. They took into consideration that I'm a vegetarian. They just took into it was unbelievable. What a wonderful experience. I want everybody to go to Scotto's. Everybody needs to go to Scotto's. These people are incredible. Love these girls. Beautiful, beautiful, lovely family. And I complimented this mother on how she raised these girls. These girls were doing everything. And it's a school night. And I just have to say that. It's a school night. And they did their homework in the afternoon. And then they started waiting tables. They're incredible. Beautiful, incredible people, all of them. I loved my experience there.
Wonderful. What dish should I order when I go tonight?
Anything, because it doesn't matter, because everything is fantastic. Anything. Everything is made there with love. Everything is made with pure, delicious olive oil. And you know how we love that. Everything was delicious. I just have to say, I had zucchini parmesan. Unfreaking believable.
There you have it. You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Do you want more? Go right to our website, 920thevoice.com, click on demand, and scroll down directly to us.
And if you have a topic of interest that you want us to discuss, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.